Hello, and welcome to the 2018 Industrial Distribution Big 50 List Video Countdown, sponsored by Epicor. I'm Mike Hockett, editor of ID, and I'll be taking you through our annual list of the largest industrial distributors in North America. Before we begin part 1 of the countdown, let's do a quick overview of our Big 50 methodology for how we make this list. All companies are ranked according to their most recent full-year sales, so for the vast majority, their ranking is based on their 2017 total sales. We obtain this information for publicly traded companies based on their annual reports, earnings statements, and press releases, while for private companies, we rely on their self-reported data, follow-up interviews, press releases, and website information. While the Big 50 ranks North American companies, some of the ones on here are headquartered overseas. For such of those companies we determine we should include, we only account for their North American operations. Likewise, some distributors on this list are primarily known as an electrical distributor, so for those, we account for only their industrial sales. Refining our list in this way is more work on our end, but we feel it's the best way to reflect our readership as accurately as possible. Our Big 50 list will be featured in our fall print issue that mails out September 13th. We'll post this list in its concise, easy reference format atop the ID website and newsletter about a week before that. Like the past couple of years, Part 1 of our video countdown will take you through companies number 50 through 31. Part 2 covers number 30 through 11, and Part 3 has the top 10. So with all of that out of the way, let's start Part 1 of our 2018 Big 50 List video countdown. Kicking off the Big 50 at number 50 is Shively Brothers. Shively's 2017 sales were 17% down from a year earlier, but good enough to make our list again, as it has every year this decade. Says company president Scott Shively, quote, "Shively Brothers continues to expand and improve its vending solutions and e-commerce offering, resulting in new integrated supply programs and increased market share within existing customers," end quote. Up next is Womack Machine Supply, which technically was number 54 on last year's list and officially makes the Big 50 cut this year after a one-year absence, as its 2017 sales soared 26%. The company opened a new service center in Dallas, Texas in June, with the location becoming the first ever Rexroth Industrial Hydraulic Authorized Repair and Service Center. At 48 is Fairmont Supply, which moves up a spot from last year as its 2017 sales improved by more than 11%. Fairmont acquired Omaha-based Industrial Pipe and Supply and Oregon-based Industrial Pipe and Valve of Portland in late 2017, and then added fastener distributor THB Inc. in early 2018, before launching a new e-commerce website this past May. Our first Big 50 first-timer appears at number 47 in the form of Ascendant, for which we account for its industrial products segment. The company's overall sales have been on a steady decline the past few quarters, but industrial has been a bright spot, increasing almost 6% in Q1 of 2018 and about 2% in Q2. Next we have Valon Corporation, which just barely missed last year's list by $1 million and jumps back on the list this year at 5 spots higher than in 2017 as sales spiked 24%. Valon acquired the Filter Factory Inc. last year, while CEO Joe Nedemeyer became chairman of the National Association of Wholesaler Distributors at the start of 2018. At 45 is Bridgestone Hose Power, which was the final company on last year's Big 50, but securely makes it this year. It acquired New Jersey-based Industrial Rubber Company this past spring, and then Seattle-based Fittings Inc. in July of 2017, while also adding a new distribution center in Reno, Nevada. IBT Industrial Solutions is our number 44 company. This past spring, IBT formally announced the formation of a new parent entity, Cumulus Companies Inc., of which IBT Industrial is the largest subsidiary. That followed the acquisition of Phoenix, Arizona-based Magnum Industrial Distributors, a supplier of bearings, power transmission, and MRO products. Jeff Cloud was named IBT Industrial President earlier this year, carrying on a third generation of family leadership. Up next at 43 is CBT Company, which moves up 2 spots from last year with a 6.5% increase in sales. The company says it has expanded its number of employees and ramped up its Northern Territory businesses due to its 2016 acquisition of fellow Ohio distributor FDL Automation and Supply, and held the first open house event at its new Cincinnati headquarters location. Tencarva Machinery takes our number 42 spot, moving up 2 spots from 2017 despite its sales dipping by $5 million. It expanded its repair capabilities last year and added several new product lines, and this past February it grew in the Texas and Louisiana markets with the purchase of Saladin Pump. At 41, we have Hydradyne, the largest Parker distributor in North America, which moves up 5 spots from last year as its 2017 sales jumped more than 22%. The motion control supplier made 2 acquisitions each in 2016 and 2017, and earlier this year it divested the Seal Group, which it acquired recently in 2016. On to the top 40, which starts with Crescent Electric. We included Crescent's industrial segment on our list for the first time last year, and it bumps up 3 spots this time despite a slight dip in sales. The company's 100th year began in April, and its industrial MRO and OEM business accounts for roughly 1/5 of the company's total revenue. A new distribution center is currently under construction in Des Moines, Iowa. At number 39, we have Bussard North America, whose parent company is based in Switzerland. Bussard's US sales jumped more than 18% in 2017 and grew 4.5% in the first half of 2018, with the US accounting for 27% of the company's total Q2 sales. Current CEO David Dean will step down from his post on April 8th of 2019 to be succeeded by Dr. Daniel Bussard. Moving up 4 spots from last year to number 38 is Kimball Midwest, which saw 2017 sales grow nearly 6%. Charles McCurdy was recently promoted to Chief Sales Officer, and Patrick McCurdy III was promoted to VP of Sales. The company was named number 37 on Selling Power magazine's 2018 50 Best Companies to Sell For. The industrial segment of Canada-based Wajax, formerly known as Wajax Industrial Components, comes in at number 38, down 2 spots from last year as industrial sales fell 4% in 2017. They've rebounded this year, growing 8% in Q2 2018 on the strength of higher sales of bearings products. On to number 36, we have DGI Supply. DGI closed its acquisition of San Leandro, California-based Coast Tool Industrial Solutions last August, which boosted its offering of cutting tools and MRO supplies. While DGI was founded only 14 years ago, its parent entity, Do-All, dates back to 1919. Making its first appearance on the Big 50 and at number 35 is Brillion, Wisconsin-based fastener distributor Endries International, which was privately acquired from Ferguson Enterprises in the spring of 2017. This past March, Endries acquired Cleveland, Ohio-based Brenham Fastening Systems, and the company says its Pulse VMI solution continues to see tremendous acceptance within Endries' OEM market segment. Hisco checks in at number 34 on our list as a 10% sales increase in 2017 helped it climb 5 spots. The company's e-commerce offering was just recently ranked 12th among industrial distributors by B2B credit management and automation service provider Approve. Hisco was one of the country's first businesses to enact an employee stock ownership plan, with its ESOP starting in 1974. At number 33, we have Baton Rouge, Louisiana-based industrial and electrical distributor AWC. The company recently peaked at number 31 on the 2015 Big 50 and then fell to 38 last year as oil and gas dragged sales down. The company bounced back on this year's list by gaining 5 spots. Next up is Lawson Products, which saw 2017 sales top $300 million last year for the first time since 2013, as the company has been improving daily sales each quarter since Q4 of 2016. The MRO distributor made 3 acquisitions in 2016 and then made its biggest purchase ever last fall when it bought Calgary, Ontario-based The Bolt Supply House for $32 million. That marked its 5th bolt-on acquisition in a 24-month stretch and more than doubled Lawson sales in Canada. At number 31, and rounding out part 1 of our video countdown, is France-based Decour & Cabot, for which we count its North American operations that include North Carolina-based Dillon Supply, along with BGM Metals and Hans Systems. Says Dillon VP of Operations Eric Dillon, quote, "Dillon Supply is having an exceptional 2018 with 10% growth in our business units. D&C is continuing to push forward with growth plans, having added North American acquisitions in 2017 and 2018. We are excited about the expansion efforts that are ongoing," end quote. That does it for the first part of our video countdown. We'll leave you with a look back at companies number 50 through 31. Stay tuned for part 2.